It's time for Andy's free guitar chart videos here. Welcome to my Facebook group member friends and my YouTube subscribers. We're at 335 subscribers and we'd like to keep that going upward. So if you like these videos and you like what you see, like, subscribe, share perhaps. And we're going to have a lesson today. Thank you for your support, and I couldn't do this without you, the audience, the students, perhaps, people who are guitar and now cello enthusiasts. So here we go. We got chart. It's a great day, Yahoo, because we have chart number 400. And I thought something really cool was going to happen around chart 400, and I wasn't sure what it was, because if we take a quick look back at 399, well, we were doing a little bit of cello and we're kind of, well, what are we doing with all this? These are all the reroute patterns and everything, and where are we at with that? 398, I was definitely working on modal root patterns and string shapes, and with the offsets on guitar, which is nice, that we can start, like, let's say a Dorian pattern and reroute it, reroute the pattern. So instead of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we go root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With the offset for Dorian, a +1, we would play a 7 pattern there. So we'd go 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get that extension of those scales on the patterns and some other benefits. Now let's fast forward 399, and now we're on chart 400. The cello journey begins. Why does the cello journey begin? Because the reason why I'm saying that it's like a journey beginning, because I actually learned how to rosin up the bow. And just a few words on the bow. Okay, let's get down here. We've got bowing and rosin with the cello bow. Notes, modal, scales, open keys of C, F, and G. Well, as you know, everything's all keys, right? So there we go. We've got the stars and stripes, all that stuff. I want to show you about the bow. I finally learned how to rosin the bow, and the biggest thing I've learned is, and let me get raise this up for you a little higher, so you can see what's going on with the bowing action. And I'm not worried about how I'm holding the bow, but I am worried about which string am I bowing. So way down here, I kind of take an angle, okay, sounds like a ship. Let's raise it up a little bit more. We're going to raise it up all the way so we can see it on video here, but once I go to play it, we're going to be interested in what's going on up here, because that's where the early positions. Now, of course, with the string shapes and all, and the note design and the guitar theory we have on string shapes, I've designed my own cello positions, and that's going to be chart 401. But here, so we take an angle like this for the bottom string. Okay, and that would be our low C. That string dropped down a little bit, but if I went to the C here, and by the way that I finally got some rosin on here is I use the 16th note method, where you just take it and do little 16th notes with the rosin all the way up and down. So we've got that, and now to get the next string, you really have to go tangent to the second string. See, that's why when you hear all the strings here, you see that pitch down there. Now the third string is the what? The D. Okay, and it's wonderful with the bow because you can kind of do a staccato thing. And of course, we have the notes. We might want to test them. Now that sound, that scratching sound, you want to hear that. Not when you're playing, but you want to hear that to make sure you've got rosin on your bow, because that's resistance. So that's what we got so far with the bowing and the rosin. Okay, so jeepers, I hope it was on pause there for a minute. Bobo, my dog, she has a bad habit of chewing on herself, on her feet, and then she gets a little bit of dust in her. I don't like her doing that. So it's the 16th note method that finally got rosin on the bow for me. So you do these little 16th notes, 1 2 3 4 1 2 2 4 1 2 2 4 1 2 2 4 1 2. You just kind of work your way across the bow like that. I get a little impatient. I want to finish. I get a little nervous towards the middle of the bow there, and you can tighten it up. And then you can use a cello brush like this and just kind of brush it in. Brush that rosin in. Okay, and you can put a little bit of it on like that, like fixing to brush your teeth a little bit like that, and just go over it lightly so you get a better angle on it. Get a little bit of that on there, and you're ready to bow. But before we do that, we're not ready to really do great bowing yet. You can see my hand. I couldn't decide whether to finger it or slide it, and I couldn't get the string because I'm just starting, but it's wonderful. It's got that tonality that goes through your whole body. Now let's get to the lesson here. So we've got chart number 400. Here are some things to look at. Up here I just have, for the heck of it, the modal offsets. We're not going to be covering modal offsets on the cello because we're not playing that many notes that we're going to want to hit at modal offsets, but they're there. Okay, and for the people who want to know what string shapes are, so these are the modal offsets, but down here we have the string shapes. What's going on? Well, a long time ago I decided that the dark notes, I could use them as virtual accidentals, or actually accidentals on the guitar, right? So the dark notes. Now I'm not going to put here would be C here. I'm not going to put an E here. I'm not going to put a D there, but it's a purple note. So this purple note is permanent. This black note is permanent, but that D there is only relative if that purple note is being looked at as the second of C. Okay, but if we're playing in the key of let's say C sharp or D flat instead of my E shaped C here, okay, then the second of D flat is going to be, okay. Now while I have the guitar, so that's why there's no D on these accidentals. Alright, but I'm showing you where they're at. So we have on the piano